They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Hey everybody, Aaron here again, excited to bring you this one. This is Stormy Monday. This comes as a request by Patricia Olzicki. Thank you so much for the request. I hope you and your husband can enjoy playing and singing along to this one. I will do my best to sing along per your request, but no promises. This is a very cool song as it follows the basic 12-bar blues structure, but it has a lot of cool variations in the chords, and so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to try and keep it real simple. I'm going to show you how to do voicings in your right hand for the chords, and then also how to do a real simple rhythm that's going to keep it rolling and keep that real cool blues feel to it. All right, let's jump right in. This here is middle C, and we're going to be focused primarily down here. We're going to barely get our hand above middle C, not much at all, okay? And then most of what we're going to do is going to be down here. We're even going to get way down there to that low D, which will be pretty cool. Let's take a look at the chord progression. I mentioned this is like a 12-bar blues and is in G. Okay, so we start on the G, and then we quickly move to a C, and then back to the G again. And then we do an A flat in there, and then back to the G. It's kind of the first set of the G. Those C's, the C and the A flat, are kind of meant to just add a little bit of variety to sitting on that G chord, which you would do at the beginning of a 12-bar blues. And then we come up to the C. Okay, that's where you feel that blues push in there. Okay, we're on the C for 2 full measures, and then we go back to the G again. And then there's this kind of walking pattern. We do 2 chords. We do the G, then we do A minor, B minor, B flat 7, okay, and now we're to the A minor 7, which would kind of almost be like the 5 chord in the 12-bar blues, but we're on the A minor, and then we go to a C minor, and then that takes us back to the G. And then there's a turnaround that happens in the G. You do the G, and then C, back to G, and then walk down to this D sus, okay? And then that's the whole progression, all right? Now, I was just doing the basic bass line there, and then I'm going to show you now how to do the voicings in the right hand. Sometimes when you start adding 7ths and 9ths and all these different things, it can feel a little intimidating. I'm going to show you some voicings that are going to help remove some of that intimidation. So when you play a chord in your right hand and you have a bass line, you don't want to include the name of the chord, okay? So throughout this whole thing, what we're going to be playing are the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, or the 3rd, the 7th, and the 9th when there's a 9th, okay? So typically in blues and jazz, what you want to play is the 3rd and the 7th of the chord. Leave the 1 and the 5 for the bass player to play around on, okay? Which is kind of what we're going to do here, okay? So first, the G7, we're going to voice it like this: F, B, and D. And then when we go to the C9, we're going to keep our pinky on the D, because that's the 9 in a C chord, and we're just going to drop down to the B flat and the E, okay? That makes the 3rd and the 7th of the C chord, okay? And then we go back to the G7, A flat 7, we're going to slide our whole hand up a half step. So now we've got the 7th, the 3rd, and the 5th of the A flat, and then back to the G7 again. Okay? Then C9, here we are again. C9, we're going to do the E, the B flat, and the D. Back to G7. When we get to the A minor 7, we're actually going to be playing a C chord, because that's the 7th, the 3rd, and the 5th of the A minor 7. And then we go to B minor 7. It's going to be a D chord, actually. This is the 3rd, the 5th, and the 5th, the 7th, and the 3rd of the B minor 7. And then we go down a half step to the B flat 7. This is the 5th, the 7th, and actually we should be here, sorry. Not there, it's not B flat minor, it's B flat 7, okay? And then back to our A minor 7, which is our C chord. And then our C minor 7, we're going to do, this is actually an E flat chord, but it's our 5, 7, and 3 of the C minor 7. And that completes the chords because we go back to G7, C9, G7. Oh, and don't forget about this one, the D sus. is here. This is the third. This is the sharp 5 of the D, which is what makes it, I said sus earlier, I meant augmented. Okay, this makes the D augmented chord. D sharp 5 is that A sharp, and then the D up there. Okay, so those are the chords. Now let's put them together with that bass line in our right hand. Okay, so it's going to go like this. There's our G7, C9, G7, A flat 7, back to the G7, C9 again, G7, A minor 7, D minor 7, B flat 7, A minor 7, C minor 7, G7, C9, G7, D augmented. And I forgot to mention, I will have a link to the chart in the description. Okay, these chords are coming from Ultimate Guitar. All right, so now the only piece missing is the rhythm part. Okay. What we're going to be doing is we're going to accent the chord in our right hand on beats 2 and 4. And then we're going to be doing kind of a dragging bass line where we play the root and then we go up to the 5th and then back to the root again with a little accent in between on the ands in between. So like this. So that's the rhythm of it. That's kind of how it fits. You can see how the bass line is moving there and how the chord voicings fit over the top. I'll try and sing it for you. Can't promise how this is going to go. So here we go. They call it Stormy Monday. But Tuesday's just as bad. They call Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Lord, Wednesday's worse, Thursday's so sad. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is Stormy Monday by the Allman Brothers. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. While you're here, jump over to Amazon. Check out my book, A Piano Chord Book you can actually use. You will find it very helpful as you learn how to play the piano. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.